There's been a lot of focus, and for obvious reasons, on the New York tri-state area. But I heard the governor a couple days ago sound the alarm. How concerned are local officials in New Orleans about what is happening there with the virus?
Very concerned, Chuck. You know, you talked about that alarming growth rate. Let me give you some numbers to make this thing real. So just in 24 hours, we have seen an increase in cases here in Louisiana. 407 more cases today than this time yesterday, and an increase
on this $2 trillion package. Now, some of his underlings.
I was just about to ask you that.
Right?
Yeah.
And silence can be telling. Now, Mnuchin's out front saying that the president 100% is behind this. Officials have been telling me that privately. Stephanie Grisham was on Fox in the 10 a.m. hour talking about that. And yet, we haven't had the public embrace from the president. And that, to me, is telling. So we'll see if he does come out and what he has to say and what the numbers are now in just a little bit. Chuck?
Boy, between some Republican senators, Andrew Cuomo not happy, some on the left not happy, this thing's getting a bunch of cuts there. Anyway, Hans Nichols, Rahima Ellens, Blaine Alexander, three great NBC reporters on duty, out in the streets. Thank you all three for being out in the streets for us to bring this story a little bit closer to folks. Joining me now to try to get a better handle on how things are going in the southern part of this country, I've got the Atlanta Mayor, Keisha Lance Bottoms, with me. Madam Mayor, let me ask you, you've talked already about being overwhelmed, that your ICU beds are being overwhelmed. Tell me about your situation right now in Atlanta.
We are watching New York very closely. And what we know is that our largest hospital in the city right now is 90% at capacity with its ICU beds. What our public health professionals are telling us is that by May 3rd, we will be beyond capacity. And so it's the reason I took the extraordinary step in our state to close our city down, because we know that we have to stop the spread, and the only way we can do that is to get people to stay at home. And I can say, thankfully, people are watching Msnbc, they're watching national news, and they see where this will go. And we've not had any issues with people complying with this. And it really is our hope that the worst does not happen here.
Chuck, we've been reporting this out all afternoon, and it seems like at this point it's just noise. It may be something that affects timing. It may be something where you see an amendment vote on the floor or some other hiccup. But I will say that the folks in charge are trying really hard to push this through no matter what. I think none of us have ever been here before, right? And I've never seen the kind of urgency that we're feeling from everyone across the board, and just to be able to get this written and pulled together. Sorry, Chuck, call you.
No worries, got to cut you off. It's the POTUS time, and here he is.
So, nice to be with you.